Yo, what is up, boys? How's it going? And welcome back to the Rant Cafe anime podcast. I hear sirens in the background because everyone is so hyped for this kind of new version of Rant Cafe, kind of an episode 1. Last week, we decided to each force each other to watch an anime, and we're going to talk about it this week. Joining me today, we have Jordan, the anime dude. How you doing?
Yellow. Welcome, everybody.
And this dude recommended us watching Magical Destroyers. Like Maho
Yes,
Shoujo
sir.
Magical Destroyers or something. They have a few different names. It's about magical girls, kind of.
Magical Destroyers. Yes, sir. It's one of the goats.
Destroyers.
Yeah, okay. And then we have Anim3 Recon with us today. How's it going?
What up, boys? I'm back for more.
This dude is back for more, and he made us watch, what was it called? Gushing over Magical Girls?
Yeah, it's a new one.
And I am Briggs. We're back at it again, and I made these boys watch Great Teacher Onizuka. Based
Oh,
pick.
God.
Wow, gotta pat myself on the back for that one a little bit. So we all had to watch 3 episodes of all of these anime, and then next week we're gonna do the same thing with 3 new anime. So stay tuned until the end of this episode where we recommend or force each other to watch another 3 episodes of a random anime. But for now, let's talk about these anime in question. Recon, why don't we start with yours? I guess let's get that one out of the way. Gushing over Magical Girls.
Yes. Yes. Let's go.
Jordan, what did you think?
So there was a lot of thoughts spiraling around my head. I wasn't too sure what to think at first. I'd heard a lot about this series, but yeah, it ended up being exactly what I heard. You know, it's borderline shmentai. It's a magical girl show that knows exactly what it is. It takes that concept and it's like, hey, but what if it was also porn? And you know, it has the main character being a dominatrix as she bullies and degrades the magical girls that she's a fan of. And I don't know. I really wanted to like this show. I really did. I wanted to give it a genuine thought. I'd heard good things about it. I've just never been a big magical girl show type of guy, and I've never been a big ecchi guy either. So I wanted to like it. I actually watched 5 episodes, more than the 3 we had to, just because I wanted to
wow.
give it a good chance. I wanted to see all the characters that hadn't been
That's
introduced
surprising.
yet, and I wanted to finish it, but I just couldn't finish it. I'm gonna be honest. It was it was what it was. It probably is not for me, but I feel like it knows what it is. And if I had to guess, I would assume throughout the rest of the show it's just more of the same of different ecchi scenarios being kind of played out with these magical girls. And am I wrong in saying that? I don't know, but that's what it very much felt
You have
like.
a fair point. Well, what exactly did you like from the show, first of all,
So there's
and what didn't you like?
Let me jump into it a little bit here
Yeah.
before we get more in depth. I don't think
Yeah.
I would recommend anyone watch this show. Maybe like 14-year-old boys is like the key demographic, probably. There's a couple of things I actually kind of liked about it, which I will get into. There's like 2 things I want to discuss about it, but for the most part, I don't know if this is a recommendation I would put. You don't watch this with your parents in the house. Don't watch this with your girlfriend in the house. Don't watch.
Lock your doors.
Honestly,
Lock
just-
your doors.
Just don't watch this. Close your doors. You can't watch this on stream, that's for sure. It was pretty bad, and I think one thing that's like, I wish they did something more with it. It was like, why is all this happening? Like, at least it was like High School of the Dead or High School DxD. It's like there's some goals and ambitions. We're trying to survive a zombie apocalypse. Oh, and there's boobs. It's like, or High School DxD. Like, I feel like there's like enemies and goals and stuff like that. With this one, I love how what was that little like mascot character, the black mascot character?
I don't know the name, but I love him.
I
He
forgot
cracked
his
me up.
name.
He's the best. He's
Forgot
actually
his
the best.
name.
He came up with this like traumatic backstory on like why he's like, I'll be the villain if that's what it means to save my people. And it's like that's why he's getting like these magical girls and turning them into like villainesses to fight the other magical girls because the other magical girls are being tricked or whatever. And then he just made it all up. Like, he made up the whole backstory of like, and it was just funny because at the time I was thinking, I'm like, this is what the story needs. It needs some type of like, why is this happening? Why is all these fighting and ecchi occurring? But there wasn't really a reason for it. But you know what? Funny moments, and the main character is just different and interesting because she's so different than everyone else. Like she's a dominatrix and like she's like the villain of this world and fighting magical girls and like basically like bullying them. It's actually funny. Like it's kind of funny.
Masochist.
Yeah, she's a masochist or a
No,
sadist.
let's say she's a like a dominatrix
Yeah,
type,
she's
right?
not a masochist. She's a sadist. Masochists are people who like getting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never
Thing,
mind.
yeah.
It's the opposite way around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's like
it's
a
the opposite way
sadist. She's like a sadist. There's some cute moments between like once they started introducing more villains. I watched all 3 episodes, Recon. Recon, you better fucking have watched all 3 episodes of Great Teacher Onizuka or else you're banned. Did you watch all 3 episodes of Great Teacher Onizuka?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess you could say that. I guess you could say.
I guess you could say that.
I might have sped through a tiny bit, probably in the last episode, like. Just,
But the last episode was the best one. I'm gonna now you have to watch another 3. That's your punishment.
God damn! I fucking hate this, man.
Okay, God.
I hate old anime, man. I hate old anime.
Fuck you. Jordan, what did you like and dislike about Gushing over Magical Girls?
Yeah, so I mean, I did like how it was pretty humorous at times. It kind of knew what it was. Like the characters were somewhat interesting. I like the concept. I like that it exists. I know that there's probably people that do enjoy it, and it's one of those things that's like funny to look at and be like, yeah, that's a thing. But as long as it doesn't really go anywhere with it long term, like I think I've kind of seen most of what I need to see with it.
Fair.
And it's, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just not really for me in that. It's magical girl stuff, and it's also ecchi, and a lot of like extreme ecchi stuff like that. I feel like I would have liked a lot more if I saw it about 10 years ago or so, or like 15 years ago compared to now. But
I like how you guys say that, even though it is like super highly rated. Which is surprising that it's so highly rated, but apparently so many people like it.
Yeah, it's like mid-7s. It's like rated good for a seasonal.
It's high
like,
7, high 7.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna rate. By the way, I'm gonna take a little document and open this up here, and we're gonna rate these anime individually, and we're gonna see who has the best pick of the week, who has the worst pick of the week.
Oh God. Okay.
Let me actually open up a document here real quick.
I just really want to say like Magical Destroyers or freaking Gushing over Magical Girls. I really wanted to like it.
Yeah. Honestly, like it had some good ecchi moments, some good characters, some funny moments. There's a couple characters I really like. It has some things going for it. I think I watched the full 3 episodes. I'm not sure what the villain organization is trying to achieve other than, I guess, destroy magical girls. But she's not really destroying them. She's just fucking putting them in erotic positions and then running away. So, and I don't think she's going to try to finish them off other than maybe finishing them off in another way.
So I messed up in watching 5 episodes because I don't quite remember where the 3rd episode ended off. Did you get introduced to the gun girl or not? Or?
Yes, the gun girl, and she fought against our main character, and she fought one time against the magical girls.
I did like her quite a bit because she was just petty. She was like, you know what? They're getting more attention than me. I don't like them. And I'll join an evil organization. I liked her.
I like that.
For that reason.
I like when there's a reason, even if it's stupid. Even if the reason is genuinely like, I'm cute. They're cute and they're getting attention. I don't like that. It's petty. Yeah. But like I'm gonna become a villain and fuck them up. You know what? That's a reason.
That and gun powers are cool. America. Like, he was my favorite.
I get why.
I got a bit of a question.
Go ahead.
For you guys. What is actually your favorite magical girl anime? If there even is one that is your favorite.
Mine's probably Madoka.
Yeah, Madoka Magica.
Oh, but that's a classic though.
Yeah, I haven't seen hardly any, but like that's the one that sticks out most to me. I've tried to watch others, and I've just I barely ever get through them all. So.
I was gonna say I usually don't finish them. Like I watch some Sailor Moon. I watch like a little bit, but it's not really my genre of choice. We're not really the demographic.
Yeah.
It's aiming for.
You're right.
I do eventually want to watch like Cardcaptor Sakura and what's the one that's based on like Swan Lake? There was another one about like ballet and stuff. I'm blanking on the name, but there's a couple that like are classics that are like highly esteemed that I want to try eventually, but yeah, there's not a ton that like I've watched. So definitely not a expert.
Yeah. Okay, so let's rate this out of 10, Jordan. Me and you. What are we thinking?
Go ahead.
Out of 10.
What would you rate it out of 10?
Honestly, like it is pretty well made, so like I can't hate on it too much. Just based on personal preference, I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10.
Damn.
4 out of 10. Okay.
But my average is like a 5. So like I would say it's slightly below average, and it's one of those where like I did enjoy what I watched of it. I just don't know if I would continue enjoying it throughout the entire duration of it if it's more of the same, right?
So you dropped it basically. Cool.
I might finish it at some point. I just don't know if it's a show I could binge, right? Especially if it's like kind of the same thing every episode.
Honestly, like every episode's pretty good, and then the post-nut clarity hits, and then it's like bad.
Yeah,
it's weird like that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you watch like one episode and you're good for that day, but like.
I'm gonna give it like a 5. Okay, I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
Half. Okay. I mean, personally, when I watched this fully, back when it was airing, I really enjoyed it. I'll probably give it around maybe a 6 or a 7.
Okay, 7 out of 10. But you can't rate your own. Okay, you know what? You can. I'll let you. 7 out of 10.
Just because it's my recommendation and I gave it to you guys.
Okay, Jordan, 4 out of 10. Okay, I got it written down. Nice. What do we want to talk about next? What are you guys feeling?
We could talk about. We could get
magical train.
Get over the magical stuff.
Let's do magical destroyers before we get into Great Teacher Onizuka.
You say get over. This is a classic. This is one of the great magical girl anime of all time. This is.
Honestly, Jordan,
I watched 3 episodes. I have no fucking clue what the show's about.
So that's the thing about this show is there's. Rather than the literal stuff that's happening, a lot of it's more thematic. It's like a lot of commentary on like otaku subculture and whatnot. And I really don't care if I spoil this show for people, I guess, because it is like a 2023 seasonal that got like a 6 out of 10 overall. A lot of people gave up on it, so I doubt people will really go back to watch it. And in my description of it's not going to do it enough justice to. If you did want to go back and watch it, don't not do that because I say stuff. But the thing about this show is it's crazy, it's chaotic, it's fun, and then I actually really like the ending. I know a lot of people it got some divisive stuff on the ending, but it leads into it really well. If you play into just the themes itself, it's like not great. It's not executed entirely well, but I don't know. It seems to. I'm trying to think of how best to say this. It's just a fun ride, and it does go somewhere. So.
Okay, it's cool that it actually is going somewhere. Cause I couldn't tell for sure. Cause also they do have goals. They're trying to like. I guess they made otaku stuff illegal in this world, and then they're like people are getting taken away and put in like in prison and stuff. I don't know, or like in camps. And then we have the otaku hero.
Otaku hero, yeah, we all have a little bit of otaku hero.
The classic generic otaku hero.
Yeah. So I say it goes somewhere. A lot of people's critiques is that it doesn't go anywhere, but hear me out. It's based on everybody has things that they like, and what if those things are taken away, right? Like that's a thing we deal with a lot. You never know whenever something might become illegal just based on anime and stuff. Governments talk about that stuff all the time, but it's. I don't know. You can still be a fan of something and really like it and go all for that, right? So the thing with Magical Destroyers is it takes that to the extreme. Everything becomes really illegal, and we're following a script, as you see in episode 1. He mentions that that's not according to the script, and the script is messy. The show is messy. And it all does lead somewhere in that regard. Like there's a lot of foreshadowing there. So.
Nice. I can tell. I do see what they're going for thematically, and I do think the characters are like somewhat interesting, and the interactions are fucking hilarious. Their dialogue had me laughing. I will say I was entertained. I didn't know what was happening sometimes.
Exactly.
And I was like, "What is happening in this show?" I wasn't like really like I understand the general premise. But there was a couple times where I'm just like, you don't pay attention for a second, and then like things are blowing up, and they're in a fucking they're in a fever dream. There's like a unicorn. I don't know. I'm like, what is going on right now, right?
It doesn't spoon feed you, and if I'm being honest, I still don't really know what happened for most of it, right? Like it's episode 2 is a whole sequence of a dream sequence that was crazily animated. They got good voice actors. I don't know. It all came together relatively well.
I will say that the red-haired character's dialogue was killing me. And then the other two characters that ended up being introduced, their dialogue was almost even better. Like the dialogue itself was just like gold. Everything else, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna rate this out of 10. Because I'm confused.
Well, Peak has the best dialogue because they brought in a great voice actor. They said the word "gobo," and they're like, "That is your only line. So we'll say that."
Gobo.
Yeah, and they actually brought in a good voice actor to like. That was her literal only line. She never breaks character. It's just gobo, the entire time.
To be honest with you, Jordan, this show that you recommended is a hot dumpster fire.
All right.
Now, look. I kind of liked the first episode, like it was going somewhere, but it was just so confusing as to the whole concept as to why the otaku culture was even getting deleted in the first place. Like, why? Why is this happening? Why are these war robots just marching into town, stealing all those video games and enslaving people? Like, what is the reason behind this? I still will never fucking know.
As when most rights are taken away, it's done for your own protection, Recon. It's done for your own benefit, your own good, right? So the thing is, this is kind of a bit of a hot mess. It is very messy in the way it
just falls off. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it's okay at the start, and then episode 2, episode 3, it falls completely off. It goes off script. It does a bunch of other things that is just not really tied into what happened in the first episode. So
I guess they're trying to build. They're trying to build the core. They're trying to get the magical girls together because without all of them, they can't defeat the government or whatever this is.
So first off, I guess, do either of you plan on finishing this show? And if not, I'll go.
No, no, I'm gonna drop this shit.
To be honest, I'm dropping it at a similar speed as gushing over magical girls.
Yeah, no, fair. I feel like a lot of people do drop this show, but so at the end of each episode, you get the preview for the next episode is a storyboard. It's very roughly scripted. It's like very messily drawn, and it does that each and every episode. And I thought that was so cool, just from like a creative standpoint. But 2, that actually becomes relevant to the plot because everything is scripted by that main bad guy. It's scripted in a very bad way where he is the powerful one. He takes control of the magical girls, and it all builds up.
Does that happen after the credits or before the credits?
So after the ending theme song, there's a preview for the next episode. That's just a storyboard, right?
Who stays to see this shit?
I did. I watched that shit. I thought that was cool. And then it was plot relevant.
To the after credits to see this.
Script is plot relevant.
If I knew it was there, I would have stayed.
Okay. And the thing is and stuff, at the very end, since it's all about the themes, it's not really about the characters themselves. Like Otaku Hero, I'm gonna be honest, he dies in the end. Magical girls become evil. It just everything kind of goes haywire. It goes off the edge.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's like I said, he created this game where it's a bit of a power fantasy. The main guy did. You're not gonna win that. Otaku Hero dies, but there's a new generation that kind of comes after, and they keep he's less of a person than he is a symbol, right? They keep the fight going, etc.
That's the biggest plot twist I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's a lot of twists in it, but like
now I kind of want to watch it
so much that people don't really get there, right? So
yeah,
it's a hot mess, but it's fun. It's
definitely a hot mess, but now that sounds kind of cool.
It kept me guessing.
That sounds kind of
cool.
The whole
time. I
kind of want to watch it.
Magical girls turn evil, and the Otaku Hero dies.
And the way it's directed is a little bit wonky too, to where there's times where you'll be in like 4 flashbacks deep, and I'm like, am I watching Inception? Like I don't know what's going on, but no, it's a fun ride. It's a fun ride.
I feel like you need to be in the right mental situation to watch this anime, because I feel like I watched after a really long day and I was tired, and I'm like, let me watch a couple episodes. I'm like, what is going on right now? My brain.
Chaotic.
It's weird because I want to say you have to pay attention and stuff because it doesn't spoon feed you anything, but also it's so chaotic and crazy that I paid attention and I still had no idea what the crap was going on half the time. So
maybe it's better if you smoke some weed and don't pay attention.
There you go. You got to pay attention, but not take it too seriously, right? You got to have fun.
Fair.
I kind of score-wise,
go ahead.
I'd give this as 3. I'd give this as 3 out of 10.
You give it a 3 out of 10?
Yeah.
So whenever I scored this, I gave it a 5 out of 10. I thought it was adequately average. Like the middle dragged hard, but like the start was pretty fun for me, and then I liked how it ended. So
all right, 5 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I'm gonna give it. I don't know, man. I'm torn. I feel like 5 is pretty fair, but I already gave the last one a 5, and I feel like I don't want it to be right the same as Gushing Over Magical Girls. So I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10. Just because I'm petty. Right. It's not a 6. I'm not giving it a 6.
You can't honestly say that was better than Gushing Over Magical Girls. That's one of the craziest takes I've seen.
That first episode of Gushing Over Magical Girls was one of the worst pieces of fiction I've ever watched. Hey. I had to force myself, and then by episode 3, I'm like, you know what? This is kind of fun.
Gushing Over Magical Girls was kinky, but like Otaku Hero almost got Anarchy pregnant in the first episode. So like it.
Yeah.
You're talking
Anarchy.
about levels.
That's the character's name. I fucking love it, dude. Okay.
It's so weird. It's like red, blue, pink, and Anarchy.
To be fair, guys. To be fair, I do want to preface like I gave one a 5 and one a 5.5. They're around the same. I just want to hate on Recon a little bit.
Mid anime, basically. They're just mid.
They're kind of mid.
All right.
Not speaking of mid. Great Teacher Onizuka. Huh? Come on. Anything to say?
Yeah.
I'll let Recon go first on it.
First of all, I hate you, Briggs.
Why?
You know how much I hate old-styled, old-school anime, and this was a pain to go through. I watched episode 1 and 2. The third one, I'm like, screw this. I just skimmed through it because I'm like, I just can't do it. I can't do it.
God damn.
Yeah, now, honestly, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was bad. It had a cool concept of that, like, delinquent gang leader, or he's part of a gang, and he applies to become a teacher because he's into, like, teenage girls, and he wants like a wife. He wants a teenage girl wife. So he applies to become a homeroom teacher because he's so perverted. And like the class really, really challenges him by, calling him names, almost like bullying him. But he's like so badass, and he can do whatever. He can do anything to basically stop that because the class is trying to just make him leave, basically, because that's what they do to every homeroom teacher. But he's built different, so yeah. And that kind of goes on.
That was the worst
for
description I've ever heard of Great
Teacher
Onizuka, but
that kind of goes on for episode 2 and then 3, and I'm like, ugh. And I'm like, ugh.
Recon, what do you think GTO is rated on Mal?
I did see it. It is fucking dumb high. 8.
How high is it on Mal?
It's dumb high at 8.
8.68.
8.68, yeah. It's dumb high.
That's higher than I would have guessed, but
it's ranked number 67 on Mal.
And that is crazy. I'm like, why? What is so special about this show?
I do wish you watched all 3, but we'll go with Jordan first, and then I'll talk about it a little bit.
I hadn't seen GTO here in probably like a decade or more. Watched a couple episodes with my roommate when he watched it, and I know he didn't like it, but I didn't know how it would hold up. There are some parts that are a little bit weird, but like
oh yeah, definitely.
Granted, yeah, he's like 22, he's still very immature himself. And the thing about GTO is, God, I feel like it actually does hold up pretty darn well. I forgot how much I love this series, because going into it, like I said, he's a very immature guy, but he's very direct. He tackles the heart of problems. And it's one of those things where we see in that very first episode like a microcosm of what the entire show is going to be about, right? He's very stupid in a lot of ways. He's dumb. He's very imperfect, but he wants to be that teacher that he never had, and do better for the next generation, right? He wants to look at their problems and like the core of like the issues that they're having in their lives, and do his best to be there to support them and help them through that, right? Whatever that may be, even if it's the most direct way possible, even if he has to break a lot of laws to do it, right? Like even if he has to breaking in and entering into a home with a hammer, or almost killing a bunch of people driving a truck, Great Teacher Onizuka down the highway. I don't
hooking
know.
Up with teenage girls.
Yeah, so on that part, he does say that that's like part of his motivation for getting in. I'm not going to justify that. I'm not going to defend it. I know he is 22.
He joined for the wrong reasons, but then stayed for the right ones. If you had watched episode 3, that's something I want to like kind of touch on, or maybe even in episode 2. I don't know. Did you see him suplex the principal?
Yes, that was stupid. That was so dumb.
So the idea behind this is he maybe didn't have the best parents and the best teachers growing up, and he ended up becoming a delinquent and joining gangs, and he was called trash and garbage. And now maybe he wanted to become a teacher for the wrong reason, where he wanted to like see like high school girls or something, right? And it was like had some weird moments and stuff like that. But as time goes on, you see him really putting his students first. And for example, he could have beaten up those delinquents and gotten a job the wrong way. But instead, he sees the principal treating these students like he was treated and decides to fucking suplex the principal. And then, funny enough, the cafeteria lady was the head principal and gives him the job anyway. So like by doing the right thing and putting the students first is kind of something this school needed.
Cool.
And one thing I really like about the overall pivot that they do is, yeah, like it's not right, but it does happen a lot where like you're 22 years old, you're fresh out of college and whatnot, and 18 at that top age of high school and stuff is kind of like within his strike zone a little bit. But they pivoted to where he ends up teaching a middle school class, right? And so at that point, it shifts, and he actually has to focus more on the teaching part. Like those motivations aren't as important anymore, right? And it's about him being the wise fool that kind of guides them along throughout the troubles they're having in their lives. And the thing about GTO that I think a lot of people don't realize, and I myself didn't realize for the longest time, I need to go back and read it. There was a prequel manga. People call it GTO the early years, but there was a manga that was like 260 plus chapters from 1990 to 1997 that was about Onizuka's like young life and like him becoming the man that he is. So like him being the varsity karate guy in college and being in a biker gang and all that. So like whenever GTO came out in 97, like people were already familiar with him as a person and how immature he was. And the concepts that were GTO and stuff were what really made it popular and kind of spring off from there. But
that's amazing.
I don't know.
I knew that there was a prequel. I didn't realize it was that much of a prequel. 260 chapters?
That's what I'm saying. I wanted to go into it, but it's a lot, right? Like, it's a long manga. 260 chapters written over like 6 years. And like that was all prior to GTO ever becoming a thing, right?
That's crazy.
Like, that came out first. Those old biker manga.
But how can you guys? Can you tell me, guys, the secret as to how you can get past the poor quality in the animation? How do you actually watch this shit?
That was the same issue my roommate had, because that was like towards the end of Cell animation as well, where like he said like it doesn't, like it's a little like jumpy at times and whatnot because all the cells aren't lined up, and it's like it's an early 2000s anime that looks way older than it is, but I don't know. Maybe that might be a nostalgia thing where that just doesn't really bother me much. I enjoy the themes that it tackles, and
I think we have an advantage here, though, Jordan, because we've already watched this. Like you said, it's a nostalgia thing.
It might be a nostalgia
where
thing,
like I know how good this series gets, and you got to see like a little bit of it where like he smashes the wall to like bring the family together, and or like you see like a high speed cop chase to make his interview on time, and then suplexing the principal, and then in the third episode you see him save a student from like suicide and stuff like that. It's like that was just like the tip of the iceberg. Like it literally just starts. It gets so much better, and because we know it gets so much better, it's probably easier for like I think if someone were to recommend something to me now that was like this, like a lot older and ugly looking, it would be harder for me to give it a chance. But then once I give it a chance, like I know this is a gem, right?
Yeah,
like, it really is.
Oh, that's fair. Definitely, I think that's very part of it is that nostalgia aspect to an extent, but I do think it holds up. I just think it's still good.
All right. So, what would you guys rate this one out of 10, boys?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Just the first 3 episodes too. Like we don't need to be like as biased or whatever. Like
oh yeah, no fair.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5.
All right, Recon with a 5, Jordan with a 7. I think a 7.5 for the first 3 episodes. I lied. I feel like the second and third episode brings it up. So I'm gonna say 7.5. I do think it's one of those series that gets better as it goes, especially as it pivots from the high school class student teacher to him being an actual teacher at a private school with like elementary school kids or middle school kids.
I will say, even with just the first 4 episodes, I had a lot of fun with it. Just it gets wild at times. It does not hold back. It is one of those series that's not afraid to just go off the deep end at times.
Recon, talk about Onizuka a little bit more. Give me one while I do the math.
I not really a big fan of it. I will never fucking watch it ever again. That is basically my overall thoughts on garbage ass quality bad animation. Yeah, I hate this, and it's a pain, a complete pain. That is my overall summary on every single anime past, or no, before 2000. Literally everything.
All right. Well, now I gotta find an anime to recommend pre-2000.
Yeah, I was thinking, why don't we watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes? I've never watched it. I've been meaning to watch it.
If I recommend it as well, do we do 6 of them? All right, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. So that's that. Is that yours, Briggs?
I think, yeah. So now we're gonna go around, guys, and recommend our anime. And because he said that, we're watching 3 episodes of Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
No,
he's gonna pretend to misunderstand. He's gonna watch the new one.
I don't want to watch.
You do mean the old one, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. No! We gotta clarify that.
I don't want to.
I've always wanted to watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I've just never. Yeah. It's just 100+ episodes, so I've never actually.
You guys really kill me with this selection. My God.
What are you thinking, Jordan? What do you want him to watch?
So the recommendation that I had wasn't a series; it was a movie. But like the length is less than.
Oh, that is too long. That's too long.
It's less than 3 episodes. It's literally less time. It's literally like a 40+ minute movie. When I watched it in theaters, they had an interview afterwards because they had to bump it up to like the minimum length you have to have in a theater. But it's called Look Back by Fujimoto. So the same author as Chainsaw Man. I actually have the
Look Back.
The manga right here. So it's called Look Back, right?
Oh, cool.
A little bit of a newer one. I know Briggs' Chad's been trying to recommend him to watch that and stuff, so I figured I'd give it a little bump along. And it's one of my favorite movies. So.
I haven't seen this movie.
Granted, he's one of my favorite authors, so I'm very biased. But
okay, I'll give this a try.
Back.
Cool. So, do you want to give us like a brief synopsis of like what Look Back is about, or do you want us to go in blind?
Yes. So you go in pretty blind. It's basically about going mostly blind. It's basically about creating manga and stuff. Is the main premise of the main characters. So it's about more than that, but like that's generally what they're doing throughout the series.
Cool. I don't know what Legend of Galactic Heroes is about at all. I just know it's really, really old, and I know that Anim3 Recon, and I know it's highly rated. It's critically acclaimed.
I hate you. I know what? I'm gonna fucking skim. I'm gonna skim through it. I don't care. I'm gonna skim.
I'm gonna test you, and if you get it wrong, you're gonna get punished.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
I'm balancing it out, Recon. I haven't given you an old show yet. All right, Magical Destroyers was 2023. This is like 2024.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but don't give me anime series before 2000. That's a pain.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes. When did it come out?
Fucking 90s.
Let me put on my glasses real quick. It came out 1988 was the start date, and it ended in 97. So.
Let's go.
It was an 88 anime. Yeah.
90s.
All right, I'm excited. I can't wait.
I've watched once I get into it.
I can't wait.
Well, I still haven't told you what you guys should watch.
Recon, what are we watching?
Let's see. So, gave us a sci-fi. Hold on, Legend of Galactic Heroes. Is that sci-fi mech, or is it just sci-fi?
I think it's a mecha.
I don't know.
I don't know. I recommended a show that I haven't seen yet, so.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the specifics.
I actually had a completely different plan for this week, but that was like on like I have like a little list that I kind of compiled. It was on the list, and then he made that comment about GTO, and I'm like, you know what?
He's like the oldest anime on the list. I'll go back another 10 years.
It's kind of like a sci-fi mech, and we have a slice of life movie. So let's see. How about? Let me see. Hold on a sec. Let me pull out Mal.
Right, while Recon goes ahead and take a look. This episode of Rant Café is sponsored by Marvel Strike Force. I haven't played it yet, but I just started the sponsorship yesterday. Feel free to use the link down below or in my Twitch chat to download this game and support me and the podcast. Very much appreciated. Hopefully it's good. I'm going to try it out on stream later. Did that give you enough time?
Yeah, okay, I know what you guys should watch. I want you guys to watch My Instant Death ability is so overpowered, no one in the other world stands a chance against me.
God damn it. Did he have to
That's
train?
The one
Did he have to train to get this over? Okay, don't even spoil me.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I want you guys to check this out.
You know what's sad, Recon? Is so there's a lot of light novels I read, and there's a lot of times if it's an isekai or something like that.
No, don't tell me you've read it.
I'll just read the first volume to see. I couldn't even get through the first volume of this one. I remember whenever I tried it. So I read half the first volume. I tried half the first volume. I tried.
What's it called? Let me write this shit down. Let me write this shit down.
If you've actually read it, then I'm not doing that.
I read like less than 100 pages. It was less than one.
Yeah,
that won't even cover the first episode, I'm sure.
Okay, now we're skipping it.
Don't change your pick. I haven't seen it yet. Don't change your pick.
But Briggs, Jordan has already read it.
I don't think you
so
understand
he knows what it's about now.
With light novels, I feel like they'll adapt many episodes off of one volume, and like I said, I didn't even make it through that first volume. I doubt I finished where the first episode went.
Okay, no, we're watching it. Too late. Recon, what's it called?
It's called My Instant Death Ability is so overpowered, no one in the other world stands a chance against me. I know it's a long title.
It's so overpowered. Oh my god. No one in other worlds. Okay, good. I got it down. Jesus Christ.
Who won the rankings from the shows we watched this week?
Okay.
We had to have the averages.
So I did add it up. I just want to make sure I did it right. 5, 10, 13.5 to Gushing Over Magical Girls. I lied. To Jordan's pick, Magical Destroyers was 13.5. So, Jordan, you won by having the lowest ranked anime of the week.
Like, oh,
damn. I had the highest ranked anime of the week, obviously. Good taste over here. And Recon was middle of the pack with a 16 out of potential 30.
That's the worst place to be, Recon. Who wants to be mid?
Mid. Just like his anime.
Whether you're awful or great, it's in between.
Like, Recon, do you actually like Gushing Over Magical Girls' first 3 episodes more than the first 3 episodes of GTO?
Yeah, I enjoyed Gushing Over Magical Girl. I liked it.
All right. On that note, guys, that's the end of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's just like maybe like go to bed tonight with that on your minds. I apologize. Oh my goodness gracious! I love you, gamers. Shimpaku. Thank you, Jordan and Recon, for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
We'll see you all next week for a new episode of Rant Café.
Yeah, so I think what I'm doing is we're going to aim for Sunday afternoons to do the Rant Café live. I'm going to upload them on Monday, and then Tuesdays are going to be the One Piece Virgin. I'm going to upload them on Thursday, and I'm going to try and do that every week on the Rant Café YouTube channel. I'm going to try and bring back the Rant Café YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. Also, it's available on Spotify and everywhere else. And yeah, we do it live on Twitch and on my Twitch and the Rant Café Twitch. Any final thoughts, boys?
I hate you guys for recommending me old anime.
Love you too.
Hey, what do you mean you guys? All right.
Yeah.
I've recommended 2023 and after. All right.
I'm the only one here with the good
Catching
taste.
strays here.
Anyway. Yeah, but now you told us to watch Galactic Hero bullshit, whatever.
Yeah, it's me again.
Oh, fuck you, Briggs.
I gave you Look Back. That's a 2024 movie.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah.
Probably newer than your Instant Death.
I'm trying to help you out here, Recon.